I know this from Michelle, it is a business process. So for example, levels of government, corporates who need products and services, what they do through the CEO and their procurement management levels is they see the virtue in this process. So they say, I would like to put out a tender and I want to make sure that that tender goes out to an Indigenous owned and operated business. And what that does then is it's not a give me, it's not a handout. What it says to AIMSI, they'll facilitate, say if it's you know, a truck driving company, or I've got a company called iModel, which Deportment and Grooming Consultancy, Model and Talent Management, which I want to sort of team up with the thing that I'm doing for council. So, and you know, there's painters, so all these products and services. So if I think of at a local level here, Indigenous community down here in Woolloomooloo or Redfern, there's the CDP programs. You've already got upskilled people who are Aboriginal. So the idea is that it complements the other services and products in the community, Indigenous Business Australia, banks that subscribe to the process, and you know, there is still a lot of racism and prejudice around. Make no mistake about that, there is. So what this also does is it addresses that, and what it does is it compels, once again through their CEOs, through their procurement management, it compels them to say, right, this has to go out to tender, and if you didn't get an Indigenous business, why didn't you? It's not saying that you've got to give that business to that Indigenous owned organisation. So I hope that gives you a little bit of information on it. It's really quite interesting. The entourage that came out here, there's about 11 of them, all African Americans. Now in America, it was set up by the federal government there, set up to engage the minority groups. And over there they were dealing with 3 at that stage. It was Native American, African American and Hispanics. In the first year of, I guess they call it trade, I think it traded $80 million. In the last audit in 2006, it was something like $100 billion going through, yeah. So you can have a look on their website, and I'm pretty close to the mark on those things there. Canada, which are, their chairperson came out to Australia with their same entourage. They went down to Canberra and basically met the ministers and the Minister for Regional Development, all that sort of stuff. So they came out and they basically said that coming to Australia, you know, those people have come all around the world and have all been affiliated with this organisation for a very long time in America, and said that their trip to Australia was one of the most emotional trips that they've ever had. I took personally the ladies to Redfern, and you know, they were crying, and I was telling them about it, you know, the history. So they were immensely proud to be a part of something that they know is going to make a positive change. And that's why I said earlier, and I saw Matt right down, you know, we are all shareholders of the social economy, and that is something that hasn't been factored into business strategies, and it is now, you know. One of those 4 pillars. What it is, probably the 4th pillar. I mean, we've all spoken about the environment and economics and all those sorts of different things. So anyway, I think that's pretty much it for me on that, on those things. If anyone's got any questions.